Hi, I'm Hito reporting live from the HRDF Conference in 2016. Together with me is Mohd Sidki bin Hasan, Director of National Human Resource Centre and moderator of the earlier SME Forum. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
You're
Thank you.
good? Pretty much on the hot seat earlier?
Yeah, because to start the day with the
With
kind
a
of talk.
bang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
So, could you just share with our viewers back home what were the top three key takeaways that you had from the panel session earlier?
I think one of the key takeaways is that there's a future potential in terms of career growth in SMEs, and the second one is that you see the changes in terms of mindset of the SME owners, and the third one is that the challenge that we experience by SMEs in terms of getting the right talent is not a local issue. It happens to other countries as
Right,
well.
and it's not specified only to SMEs anyway.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah,
not.
wonderful. Could you just help me clarify? SME is probably one of the largest revenue holders in nationwide. Is that correct?
Yeah, in terms of numbers of businesses and employment opportunities, yeah, they are the biggest compared to the listed company, big companies.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good to know. I think definitely something that the whole of Malaysia should be very aware about. What was personally something that you heard today that kind of really impacted you and made you think differently?
I think one of the issue being highlighted just now is that the challenges in ensuring a smooth succession planning.
Yeah.
The SME business owner find it very challenging for them to hand over the business even to their own children. So don't talk about the second layer of successes in the business.
Yeah.
Even the family themselves also they find it very tough.
That is really interesting. That's a very interesting perspective. That succession planning beyond non-family members, but also with family members. Interesting. What is the biggest skill gap that you see? Because you're from NHRC, so you probably look at a lot of different industry players within the SME. What is the biggest skill gap that you see? And I know it's a very short time, but how did you measure that?
I think the biggest shortcoming being experienced is that the soft skill part. We know that for graduates, they learn the basic fundamental business, communication, mathematics, accounting. But when it comes to the real working life, the total is totally different requirement in terms of skill set, and they can't get that from their classroom. So moving forward, the academic and the industry need to intense the degree of the interaction
Right.
so that really to fill up the gap.
Okay.
Yeah.
What specific soft skill do you see is lacking?
Well, still, the one that we highlighted so many times before, the communication, self-confidence, and then in terms of the ability to interact professionally, how to carry themselves.
Yeah. Interesting. Very nice. What is unique about the talent in MNCs compared to SMEs? Is there a difference between the profile of talent in either, or do you think there's really no big deal in difference?
I think MNC they have the resources, financial resources to really establish a structured system in terms of grooming, learning and development compared to SMEs. You see in SMEs sometimes the employee they have to really multitask
Yep.
compared to a specialization nature of work in MNCs. So because they can afford the resources.
Yeah. So cost becomes an issue when we talk about bringing in technology and also investing in talent. Who is an SME that you have dealt with that you feel, regardless of how they're earning, they really deeply invest consistently and regularly? So if you could share some names, that would be great. Anyway, these are good things, so good things can be shared.
I can't really recall a specific name, but I know that certain traits of certain successful SMEs, they particularly in the service industry, they can really invest in terms of talent development, and they can really retain the staff for quite a long
Okay.
time. Yeah,
Any names?
I can't really call the specific name, but you
Okay.
see some success stories lah.
Okay. All right. And what is NHRC's differentiator for 2017? What are you going to do one thing differently with regards to your offerings to the SMEs?
NHRC, the mandate for us is to serve to be a dedicated HR for small medium enterprises, because we know that SMEs they can't afford to establish their own HR department. So we are playing that role. So
Okay.
we are trying to to close the gap, to reduce the gap between the expectation. We want to work very closely with the SMEs. We have our engagement session, we have our dialogue session.
Okay.
We want to hear the floor. 20% of the contents come from us during the session, another 80% come from the participant, the business owner,
Wonderful.
so that we can bring the experience from the industry. Okay, then we share with other SMEs, and we communicate that the rest of the profession.
Wonderful. A lot more engagement and a lot more dialogue for you next year.
Definitely.
Thank you so much again, Sidki, for being with us today. Thank you.